Welcome back to a Market Day Report on a Monday. I'm Tony St. James, and we're working our way towards Thursday and a World Ag Supply Demand Estimate report, or WASDE report. Pretty anticipated report for the week, and we'll dig into that a little later. But first, let's dig into the markets, and we're open with the corn market in the red on nearly every contract right now. Front month 383, down 3/4 of a cent, with D's at 405 1/4, make that 404 3/4, down a penny and a half. We'll see a lot of action here early on. Soybeans trading 11 higher on September, but November, what we're watching now, up 8 3/4, 8 1/2 now, 10.13 1/2. What about the wheat market? Can we move that higher? Well, Chicago not helping. Front month down 7 3/4 cents, 5.53 1/4. That's a penny off the day's low already. And July at 5.99 1/4, down 3 3/4 cents. And Kansas City wheat, or hard red, front month 8 1/4 higher. December down 4, 5.73 1/2 in July, off 3 3/4, 5.97 1/2. And for Minneapolis spring wheat, December contract off 4 at 6.09 3/4, and the March down 4 3/4, 6.30. Our next guest, I think we'll talk a lot about cotton. Actually, I'm making him nervous by saying that, but December cotton at 68.02, up 14. Not growing much cotton up in North Dakota, but I think that's where he's headed. Tommy Grisafi, Advanced Trading. Tommy, you're on the road today, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We stopped at Ames, Iowa. Advanced Trading has an office here, and brought my little Tony St. James portable setup with me so I could go on live with you. But folks, if you're going up to Big Iron Farm Show, we have Big Iron up in North Dakota. Also, Husker Harvest Days this week. A little couple choices there on the farm shows. I tell you what, the drive from northern Indiana, northern Illinois to Iowa, crops are maturing fast in northern Indiana, northern Illinois. Iowa, things look a little bit grain on the I-80 crop tour, 80 miles an hour, but a lot of green. But harvest is going to happen. Now, right before we came on, soybeans were making new highs, up 15, new highs on the day, new highs on the week. Now we're only up 8. I was surprised to see soybeans up that much. I just sent a text to all clients, Tommy Grisafi clients, an actionable alert. Hey, soybeans are up 15. Harvest is going to happen whether you want it to or not. Whether you have markets sold or have them priced or have them protected, you're going to sell soybeans off the combine. There's going to be a lot of beans that come to market. So we're using these rallies to get protected. Not quite the great story in corn and wheat. We had a horrible day in all markets on Friday. Horrible being Dow Jones down, cotton was down big Friday. The meats were down Friday. It's not as important where we open up today. Today's you and I were doing the 8:45 market session. It's way more important where the markets close at 1:15. If the grains and outside markets and everything else go from up to down, that's a bad sign. It was truly a risk-off day Friday, and that was concerning, something I had talked about in my videos to clients, Tony.
Okay, Tommy Grisafi's with us. We've been talking the row crops, but how about we come back and talk proteins in a moment? Market Day Report continues after this. Good morning, it's Market Day Report. Let's jump into the markets. We're trading livestock futures now, and the December contract for live cattle off a couple of pennies. 174.67. Don't want to miss the October at 174.97. It's 30 cents off the day's low, but trading 20 cents lower. Again, early action here. February is higher, April higher as well. Now for the feeders, we again took it on the chin last week, but September up 52, 234.82. October 40 higher, 231.35. And even roll out to January for feeders at 225.12. That's up 52. Hog trade. Will we see a higher move in the hogs this week? Well, we're not starting that direction. October 79.20 off 30. December down 22 at 71 even. And we'll throw Class 3 milk futures in there as well. After a pretty big week last week, October at 22.58, it's off 26. Tommy Grisafi's with Advanced Trading. Okay, I threw a lot of things out there, but what are you watching when it comes to the proteins?
I'm keeping a close eye on the stock market and also watching the charts. Technically, we're starting to break down, watching the 100-day moving average, the 50. Can we hold these levels? You know, anytime the fundamental guy can tell us over and over and over how fundamentally cattle are bullish. But if the big money comes in to sell or we have a risk-off event, of course, we're watching the political rhetoric. We did see those comments a few weeks ago about taming commodity prices, whatnot, and keeping all prices the same type of deal. It was just a comment, but yet it didn't do the markets any good. So folks are back at DC. A lot of ag folks are in DC. As you know, all the groups are getting together. They usually walk the hill one by one. They're getting together. Then they want a farm bill. We don't have a farm bill. We have an election coming up. I will say one thing, Tony, before we go. When I noticed driving through northern Illinois was the smile on the faces of the people after that absolute beating they gave Notre Dame. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, I was actually surprised you didn't lead with that when you said going through northern Illinois, northern Indiana. But yeah, you're spot on there. Lots of smiles from underdogs. So can we see some smiles from maybe markets that are underdogs this week? Tommy, thanks for your time.
Thank you,
and
sir.
a safe trip to the Dakotas.